Hello there. Well, I was recording on my camera, and then my camera went dead. Okay, I had not been bothering to check the battery life, and then the battery went dead. Okay, well, I'm looking at Canadian Club whiskey. I had some fried fish and French fries and shredded cabbage and a big dinner roll and corn on the cob. That was from the Knights of Columbus. Okay, so here's the story. I was working at the Knights of Columbus bingo tonight, Friday during Lent. So you know what they're going to have? Fish. So I'm working, here it is, 9:02 Central Time. I was working until about 8:30. And then they always drinking over there, and they tell me, well, it's free if you're working. You can drink as much as you want. And I said, well, I'll just drink one. Oh, they look at that. It's so bizarre. Why would he only want to drink one beer? So I did drink a Miller Lite. It was very enjoyable. It tasted fine. I drank it. It was easy drinking. It was enjoyable. It's macro. I don't care. I liked it. Okay. So I always see them drinking mixed drinks, though. They're drinking whiskey. They're big old team they're drinking. So just about finished that up, and one guy wanted to take the bottle home, and the other guy says, it's not all empty yet. I said, what do you want that bottle for? I'm going to put coins in it. I said, okay. So that was Henry. So then I see this Canadian Club, and I noticed it was about 90% full. They had been sipping on it. I said, I'm going to try some of it. It's free, right? So they're always harping on me about, why are you being a weirdo not drinking free liquor? I'd never had Canadian Club. I've never had Canadian whiskey. So I said, what the heck? I'll try it. Why would you only drink one? Ronnie says, yeah, I don't like to drink a lot. And then JP Kyle says, hey, Ronnie, how's your Friday, man? It's going well. I should be in the bed already. Happy Friday, Ron. Happy Friday to you here in March. Latasian 0182. Okay, so I poured it in a plastic cup, and I was smelling it at the hall. And this one guy, his name is Dave, and he always drinks this stuff. And I said, well, what is your favorite type of whiskey? And he said, I like those Canadian blended whiskeys. That's what he liked the most. Okay. I said, Canadian Club, I've heard of this before, more than once. So I poured. Well, you can see there's hardly any left. What, an ounce? There was about 5 ounces. So I poured it, and I was smelling it. I had it in a plastic cup, so I came home and I poured it in this glass. And I'm smelling it at the hall. And when I got home, it's such a strong vanilla smell and almonds. I was saying it smells like nuts, like almonds, like almond oil or something. I said, it's really a nice aroma. I can tell this wasn't just thrown together. And I knew in my head, I said, I know this is from Beam Suntory, but it's changed hands over the years. Okay. Friday is always a good day for some reason. For some reason, says Ronnie. Yeah, because you're off of work. I worked all day. I got home. All right. So when I got home, I drank a Steel Reserve 211, 6%. Then when I went to the Knights of Columbus Hall to work at bingo, I drank a Miller Lite. So now I'm topping it off with this. All right. So I said, oh, it's really interesting. It's more nutty than any whiskey I've ever tried. And it had some wood components, but they're in the under aroma. So I get home and I start getting on the websites for Beam Suntory. And oh, I deleted them. Hold on. Let me go back to my history. See what happens when you wake up at 3:04 in the morning. All right. But I looked on the website and it said the same thing. Nutty. It said almonds. I said, I might know something. They said that, and they spell whiskey without the E on this company's website. They said it was started by a man named Hiram Walker in 1858. Canada was formed. So this whiskey is older than Canada. Oh, I know why I got deleted, because I had to switch over to Google Chrome. They were saying that it's not going to work on Firefox. I had gotten a warning about that a few days ago. They were saying you might notice that it's not going to work on Firefox anymore. Hangouts. I don't know if there's some kind of conflict between the companies. I don't know. Work. So I said, oh, good. What I'm smelling is matching. And then I want to, on the video that I recorded on the camera, which went dead after 2 minutes, I was showing all the fish and the, well, you know what a fish dinner looks like, but it looked good with that shredded cabbage and that corn on the cob and everything. All right. So, our products. I'm on the Canadian Club brand website. If you look on Beam Suntory, they also reference this. Beam Suntory shows most of their brands, but not nearly all of their brands on their website. You have to bring up a PDF file that'll show all kind of stuff. Like I talked about in the past, the Beam's 8-star blended whiskey from Kentucky, which is apparently very popular. But they don't want to, I guess, confuse people and make them think that it's a Beam bourbon, and it is not. If you get on the Jim Beam website, they talk about all their bourbons, but not the Beam's 8-star blended whiskey from 1976. Now look what they say on this Canadian Club. This is the whiskey, no E, whiskey that started all, originally created in 1858. Remember, Canada wasn't even formed as a country, the modern country of Canada, until 1867. It was a global phenomenon before the turn of the century even began. And look at this, and still sticks to a very similar process to the original recipe. Okay, so it's not the original recipe. It's just similar. It says, enjoy the whiskey that launched the legend in the simple cocktail, neat, which I'm having it neat, the remnants of it, or on the rocks, or with your favorite mixer. I'm having it neat. Color, bright gold. Okay, they're saying bright gold. You know, to me, it's more like amber, but it's gold, I guess, like San Francisco 49ers helmet gold. Fresh and soft with almond nuttiness, hint of peppery spice. That was the first thing I picked up from the initial sniff, the first sniff ever in my life. Almonds. Peppery spice. I wish I still had the full glass, but I'll go along with that. It has a peppery spice, perhaps white pepper. Spicy and zesty flavor complemented with hints of rich oak and sweet vanilla, pleasant sweetness. Clean, dry, and lingering finish with subtle oak. I agree with everything they're saying. In fact. So Callie Ray says, hi from Southern California. Hi, back to you. It's only 7:10 over there. Lance DeLush. Ah, hello there, Lance, up there in Akron. Is it more of a mixer now? I don't know if it's a mixer, because I don't ever drink mixed drinks, honestly. I had an old-fashioned at Ye Old College Inn about 5 years ago. He did a great job making it. I don't know which whiskey he used. I'm sure it was their inexpensive whiskey. Maybe something like the Beam's 8-star Kentucky Dale, you know. But he really knows, that guy Brett Phillips, the beer bartender at Yale College, and he knows what he's doing. I like to drink them neat. I like them straight. I like to drink liquor straight, because I want to pick up the full aroma and flavor and body. Okay, and I don't mind the taste of it, so I don't need to mix it with anything to like cut the flavor, because I want to taste the flavor. Which maybe that's an unusual way of looking at it. I don't know. But that's the way I like it. I was drinking that gin this morning, just a little bit. You know, I'm trying to get through that Taka gin. So I'm drinking like 2 ounces every day. I finished the Mims, so now I'm drinking the Taka. And I was thinking about that while I was getting ready to do something. I was thinking, you know, this was like at 5:30 in the morning. I was sipping on that Taka, and I said, it's really got some interesting characteristics with it. it's not offensive at all. It's like, why would you want to mix it with anything? To me, it's like you're diluting what you're getting. And I was thinking about it. I said, what you're getting is a whole lot of benefit. You know, like there's no, I mean, the aroma is very good. The flavor is very good. The body is fine. The finish is smooth as silk. So it's like, why would you want to me, it would be like you're corrupting it, but that's just the way I felt about it. Now, when I take some more sips tomorrow, I'm going to try to think more about it. But I think I'm going to get the same feeling about that taco when I go through that whole bottle. It's going to take another week, probably 8 days, but I'm going to enjoy it. Fair enough. He says, I am the same way. That's why I drink Jack straight. That's what Lance says. Howdy from Memphis. Howdy back to you in Memphis. All right, so now let's go with the taste. So like I said again, I apologize for the little screw up on the battery issue, but like that's a lesson learned. Like check your battery life. And anyway, it doesn't always match up with what it says anyway. It might say you got 30 minutes left, but it might really be you got 10 minutes left. And I think they said in the owner's manual, it's more like an estimate. This has some, and by the way, I think this is like $10 a bottle at Walmart. $10 to $12, something in that range. Low, it's not super low end. It's not like T.W. Samuels or one of those other ones, you know, those. It's like moderately low priced. It's got like some mint, wintergreen mint, the almonds, the nuts, the wood, the vanilla, the oak. Alcohol, but that's not, look, that was what, the 5th or 6th thing I mentioned. This is not alcohol forward, and it's relatively not alcohol forward. I don't know if you've ever had Canadian Club. Naturally, it's 80 proof. There's going to be alcohol, but it's not alcohol forward. It's just pleasant, you know. Ronnie says they don't sell liquor at Walmart here in New York. And I'm sorry to hear that, because every store sells liquor in Louisiana. Every grocery store. And you can buy it right off the shelf like you're buying a bag of rice or a bottle of V8. That's just a culture I grew up in, that you just buy liquor like you're buying any other item off the shelf. Now, they might have it behind the counter, but that's not because of legal reasons. They have it because they don't want people stealing it, you know. But most stores around here, it's just right on the, like Winn-Dixie and Walmart, it's right there. You just pull it off the shelf. I can go pull this off the shelf. If you're with a 5-year-old, you can tell the little 5-year-old, go get that Canadian Club and bring it to this buggy. I'm going to look at these socks, and they'll do it. No one will tell them anything. Same with Pennsylvania, man. JP Giles says, do they sell liquor in gas stations or convenience stores in New York? Now, he's asking Ronnie. Oh, I see, he's asking Ronnie. Russell Macklem says, Canadian Club, a smooth family favorite. Well, I'll tell you what, from my experience with this right now, it could become my family favorite. This is smooth as silk. This is a delight. And I'm sorry I just had a little bit for this hangout, but I had I say a good bit more. Maybe I had 3 ounces to start with. Last sip. I mean, it looks nice. It's got that deep amber. They're saying gold. I'm saying amber, but whatever. But that nutty aroma, that almond forward aroma, and I don't know how they achieve that. I know they don't add any flavorings or coloring to my knowledge. And then in that delightful taste and body and finish. So to me, it's like 100% good and 0% bad. I said that in my original aborted video. So if a whiskey is 100% good and 0% bad, I'm not going to sit there and criticize it. I'll be mad to criticize it. One more thing before I get off of this and go to bit. Proof 66. Let's see what they say about it. I have a feeling they're going to give it a category 3, which is they're going to say it's recommended, but it might present exotic flavors. Well, I can guarantee you this presents no kind of exotic flavors that I'm aware of. So, so we're going to look under their category Canadian Blended. Canadian Club, here we go. Now here's all the Canadian Club varieties, by the way. Oh, back to their website. They've got Canadian Club Reserve, age 9 years. Classic 12, age 12 years. 100% rye. Now, you know you're going to pay a good deal more for those. So you're not going to get those for $12 a bottle, okay? So don't even think that's going to happen. Classic 12-year-old and 100% rye. So, I mean, buy those, but you're not going to get a bargain price for that, okay? So here we're drinking the 6-year Canadian Club 6-year 1858 whiskey. So let's see what they say. Oh, that's still pretty good at 6 years. Most of your common whiskeys are 3 years. Just like I thought, tier 3. It means the critics recommended the spirit, but it will be a value brand or have an exotic taste. It won San Francisco World Spirits Competition in 2005, silver medal. 2014, silver medal. In 2016, gold medal. Wait a minute now, the San Francisco World Spirits Competition, that's not some joke. Gold medal. The Beverage Tasting Institute. 2007, gold. 13, 14, and 16. Silver, 80. So they, oh wait. Oh, I see, that's bronze. Okay, sorry, bronze. And then they got it in the B range, silver, 85, 88, 87. Wine Enthusiasts back in 11 years ago gave it us a good score. So everybody's saying at the worst, it's good. Tango, a guy in October 2016, he says Suntory Beam, well, it's Beam Suntory actually, has restored Canadian Club to original flavor with rye domination. He presents no sources to back that up. Well, I'm not going to read all that. You can get on Proof 66 and read all this, but this guy says disgusting. No, that's from 4 years ago. Turns your cola into syrup. Nah, that's not a legitimate review. Disgusting, period. Nothing redeeming in the flavors. Sip neat, comma, and mix, comma, turns your cola into syrup. That's a run-on sentence. Gives no descriptors. Bad review. I'm trying to give you a good review. Present any bad flavors. It does not turn your mixed drink into syrup because I'm drinking it straight and it certainly doesn't taste like syrup. Ronnie says no liquor in a gas station and they won't sell alcohol between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. on a Sunday. In Texas, you can't buy liquor anywhere in the whole state on a Sunday. Huh. Russell, and that really irritated me. Russell says methods. I much prefer Canadian Club to VO, but I do like VO. You know, I've never had Seagrams of any type. I'll have to give it a try. Johnny Anil says Canadian Club has always been popular in the Southeast. I find it goes well with Sprite. I still prefer beer though. Well, I like beer, but I would never. Would mix anything with Sprite. I don't drink soft drinks anymore. I can't stand it. Gonzo Olive says, does it go good with nut? You probably know about that. Lance says, what I notice here, at least here in Akron, it is used as a mixer by some places. Seems like a little more expensive than what they would use as a mixer, like a well drink. Well, I find no issues with it, just a little rough if not chilled. I'm drinking it at room temperature and it is not rough, okay? Lance, it is not rough. I like beer. Well, as we know from Louisiana beer reviews, I have no animosity towards beer, to say the least. Beer, wine, liquor, beer, wine, liquor, in an endless cycle. Lance Celeste says, okay, yeah, well, I mean, this is just the first little exploration with it. I'm finished. I'll do it again when I go buy a bottle one day when I get through my massive stash in the cabinet. But I have a feeling it's not going to change. It's not going to go from super smooth right now to harsh and abrasive, or even slightly harsh and abrasive in 2 years. I don't see that happening. But Gonzalez says, how loaded can it get you? I don't know. You'd have to ask a problem drinker or an alcoholic. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, and chances are I'll never know. Ronnie says beer's number one. Well, that depends on the person. Some people think liquor's number one. Some people think wine is number one. Some people think beer is number one. Some people can't stand drinking any alcoholic beverage. Yeah, I'm from the city. Relaxing Ghost. And then I'm about to get off, y'all, so we can't talk all night. Relaxing Ghost says, yeah, I'm from the city where this is made. And it's probably triple the price here. Not my favorite whiskey. Well, like I say, down here in Louisiana, if you're paying $10 to $12 a bottle, hey, no problem. No problem. All right. I'm not going to argue over which is better because there's no point to that. It's whatever you like. There is no objective reality of beer or liquor or wine being better one than the other. It's better for whoever wants to drink it. Okay. So thank you for watching this video production. I'm glad I got to try this little sample of Canadian Club whiskey. In my opinion is I'm 100% favorable towards it, and I can find zero complaints. I literally could not find a single thing wrong with it. And then you might say, you don't have good taste. It really wouldn't matter if I didn't have good taste or not, would it? Because if I'm enjoying it, I'm the only one that can drink my drinks, okay? Wouldn't matter. And you're the only one that can drink your drinks. Canadian taxes are too much. Well, I'll agree with that, Relaxing Ghost. All right, thanks, people. And y'all have a good Friday night and an extremely safe weekend.